I'd hate to leave him in there without at least looking through his stuff.
No. See, you keep putting words in my beak. Come on.
I
I'm
love it.
thinking that there's something bad in here, and I'm willing to go if everybody else willing to go.
Is this Mr. Initiative talking?
Roll it.
All
I'm
right.
opening
Open
the door.
the door.
All right. So you pull that board off of the little racks hanging up there that are sticking out, and you open up the door, and it is just death as you can see a knight that is slumped over, and he is in a suit of scale mail, which is just, I mean, there are tons of ants and bugs crawling all over him and whatnot. There's also a warhammer, and there's also, you can see that he has like a pouch that's attached to his belt.
Omi can get that pouch.
I'll grab him and pull him out.
Sure, you pull him out, and that he's definitely dead. That's for sure. And he doesn't look like he was killed per se from physical like strikes or anything. It looks like his face is kind of concaved and
He died of starvation.
yes, I mean obviously somebody locked him in there or something locked him in there, and he probably just died from lack of water and salvation. And his hands are all beat up. I mean, because he tried to beat his way out, and he tried to smash his way out with his hammer, and the shaft of the hammers broke. I mean, he really did try to get out, but that latrine is built pretty well. So he basically died of starvation.
That's not your average
So
latrine.
the warhammer is useless.
Yeah, it is pretty much.
It would just be like a little, short
It's
handled
got the
warhammer.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the skill to add another shaft to it, yeah, you could definitely do that. Yeah.
I do know the mending spell.
Ah, very nice. I like that. Good use of the mending spell too. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
So we can easily say this guy was shafted.
He was definitely shafted, that's for sure.
Okay.
Death by Elvis Presley.
Too soon, man. Too soon. Now inside of his pouch,
he's been dead for like 40 years.
Yeah. Inside of his pouch, there's about 100 gold worth of gems in his pouch. So.
Oh, no, there we go.
I'll go ahead and I'll distribute that throughout the party. You guys can have that.
How does the scale mail look? Does it look, other than the ants and the bugs and the worms and everything crawling over it, does it look like it was well maintained?
No, it's pretty much ruined. It's been probably a month or so, and it's pretty much rusted and ruined. It hasn't been oiled in any of that time, so no, it's pretty much ruined. But the warhammer, on the other hand, it's made of the head is made of stone, of course, so you can mend that with a spell. That's pretty cool. So you can do that. So I'm wondering why I'm.
Anybody want the warhammer head?
There we go. That's why.
No, sir.
I'll grab it and throw it in my backpack. Just the head.
Okay.
The hammer part of it.
Sounds good.
Save that for a rainy day.
Added you guys some gems to your character sheet. You also have the head of the warhammer. So what else, adventurers? You guys still have a little bit of this area to check out.
Could go check out the smaller tents.
Why don't you? Why doesn't somebody also, as we are kind of looking around here, and it is the end of day 3, why don't someone give me an encounter on the jungle encounter chance? So somebody put that on your macro bar as well.
You're up 0.
I'll tell
hey.
Wow, look at that. Nice double 1. So at the as the sun is going down a little bit more and it's starting to get a little bit darker, there is no encounter for the end of your 3rd day. So very nice. You are at 147 days until shit starts happening. People start dying in 147 days. I think giving you 150 days is a lot better than giving you like 45 or 50. So, because I want you guys to enjoy this and explore it. So,
So, did, have we explored all the rest of the tents?
All of the tents to the north, it looks like they're just ruined. There's a lot of these have basically been uh, shredded by like a barbed type of arrow, crude arrow, and also they were also slashed. There's a lot of slash marks also, large slash marks, and it doesn't look like goblins per se.
Huh. Could it be like talons?
Why don't you give me? Do you have a nature? Are you proficient with nature?
I'm just perceptive. That's all.
Well, give me a perception check, and we'll see if you've ever seen this type of slash mark. Because there are some other slash marks in the tents. You definitely have not a Reese.
That's not working right.
You're saying, wow, that just looks like it hurt.
Well, no, I don't think that rolls right. Something's not working on my roll. Oh,
It's a D20 plus 5 for your perception.
is that it? No, like I've got a higher perception, don't I?
You got a plus 5 to perception. It says
Right.
plus 5, yeah.
What do you normally get? Well, but I get a skill that gives me +5 plus my base.
What,
I'm not.
what
That's
skill
not.
is that?
I took the feat.
Okay, let's see. Well,
I think
yeah.
it's set up
On
correctly.
okay, you've got observant, so yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to manually add that stuff on. So let's see.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So you can just
increase.
add 5 to that roll, I guess.
Did you increase your intelligence or wisdom by 1 already?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's see. It also gives you a plus 5 bonus to your passive wisdom perception, and passive. Yeah. And there's no such. And
Passive.
this is the thing about observant is there is no such thing in D&D 5e as passive intelligence, and there's nothing that's mentioned about passive intelligence. I haven't read anything, and I've pretty much read just about unless it was one of those 5 o'clock in the morning jobs and I was reading and just totally was out of it. I don't remember ever seeing about it. And I've been wondering about this for a couple of years with passive investigation, but I'll basically do investigation and perception just as like perception. So
Oh, well that okay. Well, that makes that feat kind of useless then, right?
not
I mean,
really.
I'm never gonna get. I'm never gonna get the bonus out of it.
Not really, because I do a lot of passive perception rolls.
Oh,
Like
okay. Okay.
if if you'll see something like this come up in the combat tracker, you don't know what that roll's for.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
it's probably it's a stealth roll that I'll do, and then I'll compare everybody's passive perception that I have wrote down, and yours is going to be a 20. So your passive perception is pretty crazy. So
Oh,
there's
okay. Okay.
there's not going to be a whole lot of stuff that you're not going to notice. So
Okay.
if you're going down the hallway and you see a couple of eyeballs following you in the tapestry of Colonel Sanders on the wall,
Right.
you
Right.
know, you're going to see those eyes following you as they
Gotcha.
just like stop. So, and everybody
Okay.
else won't see that. So, but it's up
Okay.
to
Well,
you.
I can't tell. No, that's good. I can't tell what made the slashes in the tent. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not a ranger.
But it looks like there's a barbed arrow, these crude barbed arrows that are kind of scattered all over the place. And like I said, there's also a couple of slash marks in these tents too. And it doesn't look like anything that a goblin could do, because the journal actually stated goblins. This animal pen with these. There's also a dead pig that's by the pen as well. So you could actually tell that there were swine in here at one time, and now there's these axe beaks have gotten in there because that swine looks like it was clawed. And as you put 2 and 2 together, it looks like these axe beaks were attacking and clawing at the tents and stuff too. So you kind of put 2 and 2 together when you see the tents and when you see this dead swine or dead pig on the ground. Yeah, it looks like the axe beaks were doing this also. But there's 5 of them, 5 fledgling axe beaks in this pen.
Do they look like they would be dangerous to us?
Oh yeah, for sure. They've got huge claws. I mean, they could provide some meat, a couple days of meat per axe beak or something. I mean, it could. I mean, you guys are burning through 5 rations a day, so.
All right.
Hey guys, come up here. You think we could cook these things?
Think they'll jump into the pot for us?
Yeah. I don't know about. I'm not into cannibalism.
You're not into starting a campfire and cooking an axe beak?
That's a bird. No.
Nice.
But I'll help you kill him. You can eat him.
So Aries, you're not the kind of bird that lays golden eggs, because I've heard about those in stories. Are you?
Actually, I am exactly that kind of bird. So never, ever let me die.
That's good to know.
Right.
Just let me know when you're ready to let out a golden egg.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It'll be right with the spoon.
I'll be there with a spoon to catch it.
Yeah. Real delicate.
That is too good.
A little smelly, maybe. They're delicate. All right. What are we going to do with these axe beaks?
You can let them go. You can do whatever you want. You can attack them. You can kill them. You can throw a fireball in there. You can do anything you want.
You guys want to kill them for food or what?
I'll give you one of my daily rations for some axe beak stew.
There you go.
Plus, you have this this corridor between the feet that you could probably take a look at also.
Are the axe beaks are in the pen?
They are in the pen. Yeah, doesn't look like they're going anywhere, Shen.
Okay, so they're trapped in there.
Yeah, they're in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the pen is, and they're not flyers, so it's not like they can just fly right out. But the pen's probably about 4 feet high, and these things are darn near about 3.5, 4 feet high. So it's not like they're just gonna climb right out.
So
looks like they've been in there for a while.
And the swine were together, so
yeah.
And everybody's dead, so nobody's feeding the axe beaks, so they decided to have some bacon.
Yep. Well, let's take a look at that tunnel, and we can always come back and deal with the axe beaks.
Yeah, I'm down for checking out the smelly feet.
This looks like your territory, Darganeth.
Yeah, right between his legs.
Going right up nature's pocket. So, yeah, it looks like this was. I mean, the intricacy on this is, and the design and the masonry is actually beautiful. Definitely has been. It was carved many, many, many years ago.
I guess I'll do my job and kind of like go up here, check in for traps and all that good stuff that I do.
Okay. So as you approach this, you hear a voice. And in fact, all of you hear a voice that says, "In the early days of the world, man stood by the banks of a river, frightened. Crocodile raised his head from the water and asked, 'What troubles you, cousin man?' And then the man said, 'I must cross this river, but I fear to enter the water alone, because it teems with your brethren.' And then the crocodile replies, 'It's true, you would not be safe, but I will carry you across the river safely on my back, only if you promise to return the favor.' And the man agreed, and the crocodile bore the man safely across the water. And then when they reached the other side of the bank, the man asked, 'How can I repay you?' And the crocodile replied, 'I wish to see the realm of humans, but I fear to go there alone because it teems with your brethren.' And the alligator says, 'You must carry me on your back across your realm.'" Hint, hint. And then look, and then the story here is, man has been tricked, but a promise is a promise. So the man carried the crocodile safely on his back across the entire realm of humans, a journey that lasted many years. The man also swore in his anger that never again would men and crocodiles befriend, and so it has remained to this day. And then the voice just kind of fades away. Let that be a lesson to you.
That guy got shafted, too.
Yeah, you did.
Never carry a crocodile.
So there you go. In the upper right-hand corner, there's that sucker carrying that crocodile on his back.
Alrighty.
Maybe the gator ate his head.
Maybe.
Do you guys hear that too?
I don't know. I don't
Hear
know
what?
what I heard. Did you hear something?
Me?
Yeah, something about a crocodile story. Did you guys hear that in your head too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Nah, you've been too close to the spoons on me.
Yeah, more cuckoo.
So there are quite a few spider webs as you approach the entrance, Darganoth. It is dark inside of the chamber that goes between his feet. Not an ounce of light, not a speck of light, not a beam of light. And the spider webs are really thick, and they look like they're sticky, and there's a couple of old tangled up bones from birds and stuff that have died and decomposed in the web. But it doesn't look like anything has passed in quite a long time.
Sounds like a good time to light a torch.
I will light one of them.
Okay.
Are you going in, Darganath? If you are, come here first. I want to bless you with some spoon magic.
Oh boy.
You gonna play spoons?
He wants to spoon you.
Oh,
I'm going to cast my new custom spell that I created.
I want to
Spoons.
spoon on you. Drip, drip, drip.
Spoons Encouragement on Darganath. And if in case anyone doesn't know, this is one of those spells that you can spend your gold on to create your own spell.
Yep. As long as it's within reason, I have no problem with that. Spoon of Encouragement. That was a good one.
I take a spoon out and say, "May you be blessed, Darganath," as I cast my new spell, Spoons Encouragement, on you.
Now, when you pull the
And
spoon
then,
out, do you have like a whole pocket full of spoons, and they just kind of like disintegrate as you use it? Is it like a component or something?
yeah, you casting
Oh,
a
yeah.
material component.
Omi's got like pockets and pockets full of spoons.
Oh, I would imagine that.
You need to do a Scatman Crothers song while you're playing spoons on him.
Yeah, anytime
He
we
will do
find
it.
anything, he's looking for spoons.
Yeah.
It's his thing.
And then I'm also going to cast Enhance ability on Darganath to give him advantage on any kind of wisdom roll.
Nice.
There you go, Darganath. Now go do your thing.
Burn those spell slots. I like it.
Are you patting him on the head too?
Well, I think one of them's a cantrip.
Yep, I'll give him a little pat on the head with the spoon, too.
I thought you were going to give him a pat on the hiney and send him on his way in.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Give him a
It'll
little,
be a good
Go
little
on
roast.
in. Yeah.
little spoony tap on the booty.
Hey, Dave. I got a out of game question real quick.
Sure. What's up?
How much more time do we have tonight? What's our play time gonna be?
Probably about another, maybe about another half hour or so, if that's okay.
Okay, sounds great.
You got
Okay.
you got bedtime coming up? You got to go to church tomorrow or something?
Nope. Just asking because this is the first session. I didn't know how long we were gonna go.
Yeah, usually
Yeah,
with
well-
Adventures League, we usually only played a couple of hours because that's what usually one of the sessions would last. But no, we're going to go till probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock with these. So, because there's lots
Okay, that's
to
fine.
do.
It's Pacific time for me, so it's not even 7 o'clock yet. so.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. And it's going to be earlier for me, too, here in the next month or so, which I'm actually
There you
looking
go.
forward to also.
All right.
All right.
Let's rogue on.
Let's do it. Rogue One. So yeah, you look inside and there is a bunch of webs and Darganoth you can see through. You know, as you light the torch. I think somebody said they were lighting a torch, right?
Yeah, Darganath's lighting the torch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it to burn some of these webs away as I'm
Okay,
walking through.
sure. Yeah, you can do that. And these things are super thick, like I said, and these things do burn away, and they don't reappear magically or nothing like that. So go ahead and move in, sir. All right. So let's move you here for a second. And
Oh, it's always good when they move you back.
yeah, especially when I lock tokens and stuff. As you're walking in, you're looking around, And Darganoth, just as you're fixing to take a step, something doesn't feel right, and you look down, and just as you're fixing to take that next step, it looks like the floor is going to give away in front of you. And you're like, I've seen this trick before. It's a pit trap! So you step on the little pressure plate that's there, and the hatch opens up. And it's a pit that's about 10 feet deep. It's a 10 by 10 pit. And across that pit is another couple of walls of spider webs, as you can see. And you can see the first layer of spider webs, and then you can see the second layer of spider webs behind it. And then you really can't even see anything past that because of the webs are so thick. So you got an open 10 by 10 pit trap in front of you, and if you take your foot off of the pressure plate, the door will come back up and lock into place. But if any pressure goes on there, it's also it'll cave in, and then of course you'll fall in and have a hell of a time trying to get out. So, but it's an empty trap. It doesn't look like anything has been trapped over the amount of time. I mean, like I said, it doesn't look like anybody's been here for a long time.
I can't think of any way I can get across this thing.
You can't?
It's only 10 feet, right?
You're a rogue. You would know. You could take a python or a piton, or you could take a spike or something and drive it into the pressure plate to keep it locked in place.
Hold the plate down.
Yeah, you could, or you could jump across. It's only 10 foot, and you could balance yourself on the other side and start looking that way. And plus, like I said, it's the ceiling's probably about 12, 15 feet high.
Sure, I'll try to jam one of my daggers in there because I don't think. Wait, I might have a knife.
Hold on before you do that. I think I have a. Never mind. I thought I had a spike, but I don't.
Psst, what's going on up there, Darganeth?
I'll just jam a dagger in there.
Jam a spoon in there or something, right?
I got some pitons if you need them, but I don't think you've asked me yet if you asked me for one yet.
Where's Omi? He usually has these goddamn things on him. Where's these spoons? Let me.
What you doing up there?
I'm trying to figure out. There's a big pit trap up here.
Sure.
Are we whispering? Or are we yelling?
Yeah, I was wondering why is everybody whispering. So you get the piton, you get it jammed down in there, and then you can wedge a couple more around the fringes of the door, and it'll keep that pit from collapsing in.
How many pitons do you need there, Darganeth?
It'll take like a total of 3.
I was about to say I'm gonna just keep
Okay.
jamming them in there until I feel safe.
I hand him 3.
7.5.
Yeah, you could do a total of 5. You'll do 1 for the plate and 2 for. Well, in fact, you don't even have to do the plate if you just miss it, and then you can do one piton for each of the squares. So a total of 4 of the pitons will work.
Okay, I have 30 of them, so I'll give Darganeth 4 of them.
You're right
There
on.
we go.
And as long as you go across one at a time, you would know as long as you go across one at a time, it's not going to collapse in on you. So
Zero has slippers with spider climb.
yeah, that would be nice too. You can just kind of scale the wall. You can just walk on the side of the wall, or just walk upside down, right?
Yeah.
Hands free.
I guess I'll be the first one to go across.
Okay. So we'll get you to about right here. You're on the other side. Wow. And you see a couple of interesting things, Mr. Darganoth, it is obvious. I mean, these things are not hidden very well. But as you start burning away that first layer of webbing, I actually rolled a 1 for the stealth check versus your passive perception on this. You notice that there's a couple of grooves in the wall, And you know what that means? That means something's going to swing from one side to the other. Something is definitely going to try to clobber you. Not once, but twice as you walk through this area. And past the second layer of that webbing, you can see that there's a wall up about... It's up about 6 feet, 7 feet or so, and it looks like you're going to have to climb up. But then, because past it, it looks like there's another wall kind of up higher, sort of like giant stairs almost. That's what it kind of looks like. But like I said, that second layer of webbing is kind of distracting, kind of hampering the view of it. So, but that wall looks like it's like 6 or 7 feet high.
Has something come out of the wall and struck him, or
no?
Like you said,
no.
Oh, okay.
Nope, not yet. But he knows if he goes past that, something's going to probably come out of there and try to get him.
Oh, okay. So he stopped dead at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a couple of wires on the ground.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna try to look to see what would trigger these things.
Yeah, it looks like
and what I can do
wires.
about them.
Well, you can actually use another piton to anchor it down, or what you can do is just step over them and avoid them altogether. There's 2 of them. The lines are basically the cables are about right here, so, and here.
I think I'll glance around at the party and give them one good look over and decide it's better that I make it so that they can't trip this thing.
Or just kind of ignore it and just walk over them and see what happens with them, right? Bam! And then they get hit with a swinging axe. Because you can actually see over in this alcove on the right, there is a huge swinging blade that basically swings from right to left. And then, of course, there's a contraption in there where it will swing it with great force from left to right also. Pretty nice. Nice traps coming in here, and you've found both of them so far.
What's going on up there, Darkanath? You seem to be studying
Why
for
does
a
this
while.
make you sad, Dice?
I got more traps
because
up here.
they're
I need to pin this stuff down.
perception checks. Well,
I feel like
in fact, I'm
like
rolling
Shen
bad
would
stealth,
clumsily trip over these things. So,
and they don't have
Do
great
you-
passive
Do
perception.
you need more pythons?
I'm just rolling really bad.
yeah, I should have probably got some of these, huh?
Are you just having
How
a
many
bad
you
day,
need?
dice roll?
Was
Just
it like one or two?
Yeah, just one per line, and then you get that set. Everybody can get past, not a problem.
I'll hand you another 4 pythons.
Oh yeah, no
This
spoilers.
rate, you might
here.
as well just give them
And
all
plus,
to 'em.
I changed things up. Anyway
Yeah,
last
I'll
time,
actually
so I
I'll
don't
give
do
you
anything by the book.
here. I'll give you 10 pythons. In addition to those 4 to take care of this thing, I'll give you 10 more pythons, so you can add those to your sheet.
Oh, cool. Very good.
Where do I pull them from?
Pull what now from?
Pythons to add to my sheet.
Oh, let's see. You can just go right to the items on the right-hand side, and just type in Python.
I know why everything, like when I crashed, everything that I had loaded like kicked out. I don't even have my hotbar stub message of the day and the random rolls and stuff.
Zoinks.
So I got 4. I give you 4 to take care of this thing, and then give you 10 more for your inventory, and then I've got 12 remaining.
But you get that taken care of. Not letting them off easy. I'm just pretty much doing exactly what it says. It'll get a little bit harder though. Plus, they've got something that's already in this shrine, so I'm going to give them something else. Something totally
I survived.
random.
We're
I'm gonna let
good.
them have. All right, so you can get across, and you can climb up this 7-foot wall, and it is tiled. And as you climb up it, you're on the edge, and in front of you, as you can see this this flooring, it's more tile for flooring. And you can also see another wall that is another 7 foot higher. So it's like a terrace where you're at, and as you climb up, the floor is tiled in a 4x4 pattern, and there's enough room for you to stand up at the top, and there's enough room for someone to stand on the ledge beside you to your right. So when you look there's these tiles, right? And on the wall, there's also a pattern of tiles also. And on the first row, there is some symbols, some etchings and stuff, and the first row that's closest to you, there is a faint glow sort of around from the left of the first row.
I didn't know if you were done.
So the basically there's glows. There's a glow for each for each row. So the row closest to you, that is one row. And the very first square in front of you, which is, I'm going to kind of put you back one. This square here is glowing. Now in the second row, the third square is glowing, and I'm having a hard time to. So right there, the third square. I can't pinpoint it exactly because that's just the way the snap the grid is going. And in the third row, the very far right square is glowing. Ugh, this is horrible. Sorry, I'm trying to get him in there, but I can't. I guess what I could do is put a. I could put a couple of arrows in here, which is what I could do. Put a couple of pointers. So the first row, the first square. Oh my gosh, this. All right, there we go.
Snapped grid.
I hate snap to grid. I'm going to turn it off. So, well, for something like this, I'm going to turn it off. So, all right. So snap to grid is off. All right. This tile is glowing. The third square and the second row is glowing. The last square and the third row is glowing, and also the last square is glowing in the last row. Now,
and you say there's a 4x4 pattern on the wall facing past that too?
Yeah, there's a sort of like another wall of 16 squares on the wall in front of you.
Okay.
So the first row, there's that faint glow that can be seen around the first square. In the second row, there's a glow. Yeah. And on the walls, there's a faint glow that can be seen around the first square. From the left on the first row, the pattern on the door. So up ahead of you, basically what's happening. This is the stupidest fucking puzzle that I've ever fucking seen in my life. Come on, Wizards of the Coast, you can't fucking come up with something better than this. Let me read this really quick. This is so fucking stupid. Wizards of the Coast, come on.
Remember, Jehovah's not spelt with a J.
Okay, so yeah, this is what you're looking at. This thing explains it absolutely horrible. So once I got my Ovaltine decoder and just decoded this thing, the squares on the wall in front of you are glowing. So what is glowing on the floor is glowing on the wall in front of you.
Okay. Same square for same square.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But the tiles on the floor are not glowing. The tiles on the wall in front of you, that, like I said, is on a, it stands about 6 to 7 foot tall. Those are glowing.
Okay.
First one on the left, as you look straight ahead at the wall, yeah, the first one, and in the second row, the third square, and then the last square on the third and fourth rows. So the third row up, and then the final row at the very top, those two squares are glowing.
the back wall, does it meet even with the ceiling, or is there another
No,
empty space above that?
There is, yes. There is another empty space, and you can see probably about halfway up a door from about the halfway point because of the height of the.
If I hover up a
ledge.
little bit, what can I see?
You can see a door. Yeah, there is a door.
Okay.
If you you use your wings to fly up, yeah.
Just
hover
to hover up a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna yell forward. There's a door past the wall in front
Yep,
of you.
there is a door. Yep, there is a door, and it is a wooden door, by the way.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem that like it has any kind of handle or latch or anything like that.
All right, Rogue.
I'm
Go.
thinking about dropping. I'm gonna just play test with this. Thinking about dropping a copper piece on this glowing one. What do you guys think? And then maybe a
Sure.
copper piece on one that's not glowing to see what happens to that. Or should
Sure.
I just play with these glowing ones?
Hold on. Let me get in the proper position.
let me
Okay.
get out of the hallway, right?
You're the expert, Darganeth.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop a copper piece on the square that matches the glowing one.
Okay. As you put the copper on there, the floor tile faintly has a glow around the coin.
Oh, then I'll toss the copper coin as best I can into the other matching squares.
Same thing happens.
Any change on the facing wall?
Nope. On the facing wall is the same thing.
Okay.
I wish I would have described
Try
that,
applying more pressure or
puzzle
weight.
a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap my foot on that first line square there.
Okay, yeah, the glow gets a little bit brighter. So I guess it would be your left foot. Yeah, you put your left foot on there. You put your left foot in.
Yeah.
You take your
It's
left foot
Dance
out.
Dance Revolution.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly. And it just gets darker, but it doesn't look like it. It gets as dark as the aura on the wall in front of you. And nothing happens. No explosion or nothing like that as you step onto the tile.
Can I try to hop over on my right foot onto the one that
no.
would match the wall on the
Twister.
second
On
one?
the second one, sure. Oh, I think someone moved the pointer, didn't they? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you can kind of jump
my right
over.
foot.
Yeah, you can jump over to the third tile. Yeah, exactly. You do that, and the other tile, it does not glow anymore except for that little aura where the coin's still on the floor, unless you pick that up. And then as you go to the third tile in the second row, it lights up also, and nothing happens. But you do hear a click every time you step. You hear a click, like some kind of like maybe gears or sprockets that are under the tiles that are kind of clicking around. But like I said, nothing exploded or anything like that.
Okay, I'm going to kind of like quickly put pressure on that last line, and then try to like jump to the walls like as soon as I hear that click.
Sure, you click, the third tile clicks, the fourth tile clicks, and as that happens, all of a sudden you hear the door, the wooden door, as you're pulling yourself up, the 6 to 7 foot wall of tiles that are already glowing on the wall, the door actually clicks and it swings open, and there's a very dark chamber in front of you.
And then I'm gonna turn around. I guess I'm up there, kind of.
And because you're a human and blind, you really can't. Unless you don't you
Well,
have
there's
a
a
ring,
torch
right?
lit.
Don't you
There's
have
a torch
ring?
lit.
No, you got an X-ray vision ring.
I got
right?
my torch. I got my torch. Yeah, it's only an X-ray vision ring.
So-
I have plans whenever I hit level 5, but that day has not come yet.
Yeah, it will soon. You'll get experience pretty quickly here. So what are you doing with your torch? Are you throwing it into the room, or because there is a line there as you do look inside of the room with the torch a little bit, you can see that there is more webbing right past the door.
I'm gonna tell them to literally follow in my footsteps if they could see what I did there. Actually, I'm gonna tell them to step on the ones I left the coins on.
Perfect.
And
Everybody
if
can do
Birdman
that.
doesn't mind getting me my coin, since he can just kind of hover over it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hover over everything and fly across. I'll pick up the coins.
Smart move.
I'll do the dance and join Darganeth over there.
All right, everybody does the What is that? What do they call it? The hokey pokey? Everybody
Yeah.
does the hokey pokey. You turn
Well,
yourself around.
that puzzle was Twister.
That's what it's all about. So you get into the room. Nice job. I was waiting for somebody to step on one of the other tiles. I was just waiting for it.
That's why I left the coins there, so there was no mistaking. They knew where to go.
We've got Mr. Darganeth with us. He knows what he's doing.
So this room, as you kind of burn away the webs and whatnot, this is the floor is very dusty. The ceiling, I mean, it skyrockets to about 40 feet, so you can see that within your dark vision. And it's a 20-foot wide chamber, and it's littered with all kinds of large bones and stuff. And these bones, as you kind of look at it, they look like dinosaur bones. You can see there's some of the stegosaurus plates, and there's a couple of big rib bones, and there's all kinds of webs, and you get the webs all burnt away. Now, in the middle of this, there is a central pillar that goes up about 30 feet. Now, remember, I said that the ceiling goes up 40 feet, but this pillar, it goes up only 30 feet. So it's kind of sheared off at the top. And coiled around this pillar, there is a very narrow stone staircase. And like I said, there's webs and dust all over these. And it looks like you can go up the stairs to the top of the pillar. But they have an Aarakocra too.
You want me to check it out?
Absolutely.
Sure, you could do this.
You've done great so far, Darganeth. We know you can do this. I'm gonna give
There's an
Darganeth
alchemy
bardic
jug at the top of
inspiration
this,
too.
but they've already got an alchemy jug.
Starting to
so
feel
I'm
like
gonna give them
Indiana
something
Jones.
else.
If I lose my hat, make sure you grab it.
So,
Remember, it's going to be snakes.
Aris, you flap your wings up to the top, and there is a small chest at the very top of this pedestal. And there's about 10 foot from the top of the pedestal to the top of the ceiling. So, I mean, you could really land there and kind of check it out if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and fly back down
Oh, okay.
and let the rogue know about the chest. There's a platform and a chest with your name on it up on the top.
Nice.
Oh, how I love when chests are just. I mean, what? I'll check it out.
They're just yours by default because, you know, you're the sneaky
Yep.
one. So, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna carefully try to spiral my way around these steps. I'll be checking.
Okay. So why don't you give me a perception check as you're going up?
I have one of those.
Yeah, nice. In fact, yeah, very nice. So there's a couple of these stairs that are a little rickety or whatnot. So, yeah, there's actually 3 steps. Then you just kind of, basically step over them. They looked pretty bad. So, looks like if you would have stepped on it, then you would probably went through and probably fell. So you get to the top. There's some other lightning and stuff, and I'm not going to waste my time on that crap. So
I'll hover up there with him.
all right. So there's a small box, and it doesn't look like there is a speck of dust that's on this box. Doesn't look like there's any kind of latch. It doesn't look like there's any kind of locking mechanism. It just looks like there's a couple of hinges on the back, and it just looks like it just opens up.
Oh, it just opens up.
Yeah, that looks suspect.
It looks like it
Yeah,
look
just
at the-
opens right up.
Right. I could have just flipped it open.
Now I am
don't
going to put
even
a
know why I
lightning
called
trap. I'm going to take
Oh,
the
you
lightning from
want to
the
just
stairs,
flip it open? Hold on, let me get back down here.
and I'm going to put the
no,
lightning
no,
on
no.
the
This
chest.
is your job.
That's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to kind of switch.
You might
want to
stand back for this.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go make sure the other guys are okay.
And it'll destroy the
I am
item
going
inside
to
too.
thoroughly check this and wish that I was more intelligent
Okay.
or wise.
Give me an investigation check.
I had a feeling.
He's got a great investigation, so he's going to be okay. Holy cow, look at that. I mean, look at that awesome crit. I mean, what's going on with that? So, you're looking and you actually see, Darkenoff, that this thing, there's sort of like a rune that's sticking out from the bottom of this. So, if this thing is even touched, it's probably going to activate that rune. And it looks like the rune of the lightning bolt. because there is quite a bit of the, not a lot, but there's enough of the runes sticking out on, basically both sides of the chest where it's on like this lightning bolt rune.
I can't decide. Am I going to be good at this, or should I call one of my magic users?
You can use
here?
your thieves' tools. Yeah, you can use your thieves' tools to deactivate that arcane trap. Sure, why not?
I was good up until the why not at the end.
What you got up there, Darganeth?
Just give me a thieves' tools check. We'll see
Hey,
how
hold
it
on. I
goes.
think I need to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go ahead to the latrine.
Right, go hang out with the dead guy.
Yeah, I think it's safer.
Oh,
Don't forget you can add the bardic inspiration to your roll too.
Yeah, I'm going to add that bardic inspiration. That's a D6.
that is a D6.
Oh, actually, it's a D8 now.
Is it a D8 now? Oh,
Yep,
that's
now
right,
it's a
you
D8.
got an upgrade, yeah.
Ooh.
I
Big
hope
time.
he. Oh, dude, you're so lucky because that thing was fixing to blow up on your butt because you needed a DC 15. You rolled a 2 plus your 8, and with the inspiration die, you rolled a 6. So that became
Oh.
a 16, and you get that arcanic rune deactivated. And as you open up the box, let's see what you find. Let's do a little random roll, shall we? I kind of like that.
What's behind door number 1?
Let's see.
I'm gonna look at them while you're doing that and be like, it looks empty. There might be a little gold in there.
Yeah.
There is a scroll inside of this box, and there's a second scroll. Holy cow!
Nice.
There are 2 scrolls in this box, and one of these scrolls is intricately rolled up. It's got a beautiful seal on it and all kinds of beautiful, colorful runes on it. Wow. Actually, both of them are. Holy shit. Nice rolls. Holy cow.
So I will just carefully
Wow.
work my way back down and show these scrolls to the party.
All right. Ooh.
Maybe the magic user or cleric. Can you determine what they are?
Let me see who can try to identify this first off. So the first scroll you can tell is a transmutation scroll. And let's see, do we have a let's see. We do have a cleric in Undril Silvertusk. She does have the cleric proficiency. We do not have a druid. We do not have a wizard. So
We have a bard, though, don't we?
we do have a bard. So I will allow the bard to roll for the... In fact, no, I won't, because it's not a baseline bard spell. So
Yeah,
that,
think of it.
yeah, that's pretty nice. And then we have another scroll that... Let's see if who can... I think it's just wizard here too. Yeah, it is just wizard. So yeah, you guys look at these scrolls. You can tell that one's a transmutation scroll, one is a conjuration scroll. These things are well out of your element. You're going to have to find
nice.
someone that... Even Aris, she has no clue what that cleric scroll is. She says, this is well beyond my knowledge of magic.
Maybe Wakanga can help us with those.
Possibly. Maybe someone along your journeys can help you.
Maybe.
A couple of killer scrolls. I'm talking 8th level scrolls I just rolled. Wow, talk
We're
about
going to put them
lucky
in the bag of
random.
holding for now.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
that'd be a good
Sounds
thing.
like a reasonable spot.
Yeah, and like I said, these things are all, they're all decorated, and there's all kinds of incantations on them and waxes that are sealing them up and stuff. Yeah, these are beautiful. You've never seen scrolls like this. Yeah, they can't hear me, but hopefully they're not listening to the
That's some
stream.
high
But
dollar.
a
That's some high
scroll of
quality scrolls
maze
right
and a
That's
scroll
right.
of control weather. That's some high quality 820 there.
Some high quality paper.
High quality 820. So that's what you found in the little box, and then the box kind of crumbles into dust.
I'm going to float on the way out a little bit.
Nice.
Nice.
You guys, nothing else happens. You guys get out to this man and crocodile. You know what would have been cool? I was waiting for one of you to say, "All right, I'm gonna put somebody over my shoulders, or I'm gonna go try to fish a crocodile out of this thing, and see what happened." I was waiting for someone to do that. All right.
I'm allergic to crocodiles.
So you guys have taken care of this. What do you want to do with those axe beaks? Do you want to kill them, get them meat? Do you just want to throw a fireball in there and cook them at once, and have some more jerky and rations, or what?
Yeah, let's have some axe beak stew.
Axe beak stew. Because I think
that sounds good.
Zero might have fireball now. He's level 5, so.
Well, I don't think we want to waste a fireball on axe beaks, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that would be a very costly.
It's improper use of resources. Us monks.
I think it would be. Oh, you're like, ooh, you could even char them that way. That'd be good. I'd love that.
Get them all to stand in a line. I'll go hover above them so they all get in a small group.
Yeah, kind of kite them around in a line. Yeah.
Doing a little shocking grass.
Shocking grasp. I was waiting for that, Zero.
I don't think I can do that to my family members, though.
I was waiting for that. All right, so seeing that it's 10 o'clock, let's go ahead and end it here for tonight. We'll say that you guys go ahead and take care of those axe beaks. I'll give you guys. I mean, they're not that big, so we'll say that you have another 5 axe beaks, another 25 days worth of food, but that's per person, so 5 of those would disappear a day. So we'll add 25 more. We'll put 168 on there.
Nice.
And they'll be cooked. And there's one other thing that you also found in this the shrine area where all the dinosaur bones were. Now there's one other item that you found, and I should have told you this to begin with, but this item is it looks like a traveling case, and this was in the box too, and the traveling case has a bunch of glass vials in it, and as you look at it a little bit more, you're like, wow, those kind of look like spices. And so what you guys found was, we'll say that to end the session, we'll say that you guys got a short rest too. So I'll tell the combat tracker that you had a short rest, and you identified the scrolls. You still can't identify. Okay, those are well out of the realm of knowledge for the arcane arts. You have no clue what those are. Now, as for the it's like a traveling spice rack, and it has a bunch of different vials in there, and I'm going to show you
like cooking spices.
Yeah, this is yeah.
So if I look at Omi really closely, how many days of rations do I think I could get out of him?
So this is actually, you've identified this. You've heard tales about this. This is Eton's Savory Spices of Delight. This is one of the magic items that I created and put into one of my PDFs for my patrons to download. So this is a traveling spice rack. And this traveling spice rack was the creation of a Goliath adventurer by the name of Eton. And Eton was a gourmand and adventurer, and he loved to cook when he was away from his homelands in the north. So when he would travel, he would get tired of eating these bland rations. So he went ahead, and over time he constructed this spice rack. And he put his favorite spices in here, a good selection of the finest spices of the north, to add more flavor to these bland rations that you have. So you can add these spices in either rations or with the meats and stuff that you cook. So there's 6 bottles of rations. Well, there's 6 bottles of spices. There's dried lobster eyes on the label, a midwinter cold weed, a winter aconite, a winter jasmine, winter's mercy, and witch hazel. And each one of these spices, when you cook a meal, it will take several hours, of course, and each player who eats the meal will receive the benefit from the spice that you use, and you can only use one spice at a time. So, and you can use this with rations. So if you wanted to put this on your 5 days worth of rations, whoever's cooking can doctor up those rations, sort of like you would doctor up like a can of SpaghettiOs or something like that, and you'll get a bonus. So the Witch Hazel will give you a +1 to attack rolls until your next long rest, or the next time you eat a meal with your mates and stuff. The Winter's Mercy will give you resistance to all cold damage. Winter Jasmine will give you a +1 to all saving throws. The Winter Aconite will give you a +5 to your movement speed. The Midwinter Cold Weed will give you 8 temporary hit points. And the Dried Lobster Eye, you'll gain dark vision for 60 feet. So you can improve your meals and get a little bit of a bonus until your next long rest. So that is an item that you found as well. Eton's Savory Spices of Delight. And whoever wants this item, I'll put on your sheet the different pendants, like the 8 temporary hit points and stuff like that. And then you can just drag and drop it onto everybody that eats the meal. So a pretty cool item. I like Eton's Savory Spices of Delight. So you found that as well.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, pretty cool item.
Yep.
I nominate Omi to be the party cook.
Hey, I've actually been practicing.
Hopefully you're better at
He's
cooking
got the
than you are
spoon so he
cloning
can
spoons.
stir everything.
All right, I'd be happy to cook for you guys. Hope you like bran muffins.
So these spices, there is a total of 60 servings in each bottle. So if you want to give everybody dark vision with one of your meals, then you'll use basically 5 servings worth of spice. So instead of 60, you'll be at 55, and so forth and so forth. So they don't last forever, so use your spices wisely. Pretty cool item. I like stuff like that. I'm sure D&D is going to steal my idea and put it in one of their books now. So, all right. So there we go, guys.
Make sure you get the commission on that.
That's
right.
Yeah. That's where we'll
Trademark
go. Yeah, right. That's where we'll go ahead and end the session for tonight. So you guys are still at this Camp Righteous, and you guys are going to stay the rest of the night, and the next day we'll start with the next day. No encounters. You guys had your meal, etc., etc., etc. And in fact, I'll even tell the tracker that you've had a long rest. And we'll continue on next time on the shores of Camp Righteous.